Hello, everyone, and welcome again to our Value Experience Daily Tip. It is a beautiful new day. We are thankful for life, for health, for strength. I'm Dr. Jozelle Miller, and I'm here in the Caribbean island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it is my pleasure just to come to you another time with a thought for consideration. Do we really know how to apologize? I know one of the things that we do a lot in the Caribbean, as you're growing up and you do something wrong, you usually hear your parents, your mom, your dad say sorry, tell them you're sorry. And we are quick to say we are sorry because we're being obedient in that moment. But I want to suggest then that it's probably not the best method, because oftentimes we say it because our parents instructed us to say we are sorry, but we have not yet fully grasped why we should be sorry. And perhaps in that moment, we are not honestly feeling sorry about what we have done. But we have learned that by saying sorry, we brush whatever consequence aside and we are ready to move forward. And even as we grow up, we realize then that this is something that we continually do by just simply being somewhat dismissive by using the word sorry. And a lot of persons use it all willy-nilly. But one of the things that I will say is that understand that an apology without change is an insult. So saying you're sorry and you're continuing doing the same thing, hurting the person by doing the same thing, the same behavior, the same action, then it's actually very insulting, because now you are disregarding again the person's feelings about a particular thing. So when we think of an apology first must start with an acknowledgement, that you need to acknowledge what you have done. I know some persons might say, but suppose you don't even know that you offended the person. I'm speaking about those who are very mindful of their actions and very mindful of the impact or the effects your action is having on someone else. So you start by going back to the past and you make the statement, I am sorry that I did. So let's say, for instance, you had me waiting, which is one of my pet peeves, have me waiting at the side of the road or waiting somewhere for you. And it is 20 minutes, half an hour, going on to an hour, and you have not even called to say that you're not coming. So then you're making an apology to me for keeping me waiting. Your apology should start with, I am sorry that I kept you waiting for so long. So you go back to the past, and the past acknowledges what was the wrong action, what was the thing that you did that was offensive. Then you come to the present and you say, I acknowledge that by doing that, you felt disregarded, you felt slighted, and it must have made you very impatient and frustrated. And then you move from the past, the present, and now you make a promise for the future. And if it is that you cannot, or you feel you're not in the position yet to make that promise, then don't make it. But if you can, and you feel that you're willing now to make the change, you say that I promise, or I would not do this again, or I will make amends. If I'm going to be late, I'm going to give you a call. So you understand that when we think of an apology, there must be an acknowledgement of action, there must be an acknowledgement of impact, and then there must be a declaration of what you want to do differently. So you go past, present, future. It is not okay to just simply say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what? Why are you sorry? Because a lot of the times why action isn't taken to change is because persons have not yet acknowledged their actions and why they should be sorry. So they are saying, to pacify the moment, they're saying, I'm sorry. To appease you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to move along, to brush it aside because I'm ready to move past this. But I have not yet acknowledged how my actions have impacted you. I've not yet acknowledged that my action, was hurtful, or I did not acknowledge to myself that I did something wrong. And if I have not acknowledged that I have done something wrong, it is almost 100% likely that you're going to repeat it. You're going to do it again. Okay? So, do we continue just saying, I'm sorry, all willy-nilly, all, matter of factish, hey, I'm sorry. Get over it. I'm sorry. And yeah, we do the I'm sorry with attitude. So what happened? Man, I'm sorry. That's not an apology. Apology has to be sincere. It has to come from the heart. Okay? So again, you have to be mindful of what you have done. That's the only way an apology is going to mean something. That's the only way it is going to resonate with the person that has been hurt. And Colin says that is so true. Sometimes an apology will prevent an appearance in court. That is so true. An apology can diffuse a lot of conflict situation. A genuine apology can turn the dynamics, change the game, change the atmosphere. But too often, we are often too proud to even say we are sorry. We are too high-minded, too lofty, and there's a level of humility that is needed for persons to actually acknowledge their wrongdoing and to be remorseful enough to make a change. Okay, so that's the tip, guys. Just asking you, do you know how to give an apology? Hi, Atali. Good to have you on. Good morning. And good morning, Lydia. Good to have you on. Hi, David. David said, sincere apologies come from the heart. Yes, it has to come from there. And you have to acknowledge why you're sorry. If you have not yet acknowledged, then trust me, that apology is going to be meaningless because it has not done anything to you. You have not changed. You have not, sincerely appreciated what impact you're having on the other person. Atali says you have to be the bigger person and apologize. Yeah, you have to. And even sometimes when our actions may not have been intentional, it is also important to acknowledge that, listen, when I did this, it was not intended to hurt you. But I acknowledge that it did, and I am now making a commitment not to repeat it. Okay? So it is not because your actions wasn't intentional means that it did not cause pain. And if it caused pain and this person or this situation could have been changed, then change it. If the person means a lot to you and the impact it is having on them resonates with you, then you want to fix it. Okay? And that's just the facts. All right? And just to sum it up, an apology, a true apology, comes from the heart, but it starts with the past, the acknowledgement of the action that you did wrong, the impact it has, which is the present, the impact it is having on the person who feels hurt, and the future, which now makes a declaration or a suggestion about how you're going to change, and then you are supposed to hold yourself accountable for that change that you're promising to make. All right? And remember this, any apology without change is an insult. Because if you're telling me you're sorry and still you're going back and doing the exact same thing, then you're not sorry. And it is just an insult. It's an insult to my intelligence. It's an insult to my feelings. It's an insult to, our relationship, that you are slighting my feelings in this moment and not being willing to step up to make a change. All right? So that's it, guys. Be great, be wonderful. I want to encourage you to share the information, share the live, get other persons involved, get other persons on board. We spread a lot of love in the Vallejo family, and I am so happy to have each and every one of you a part of it. Hi, Auntie Ali, good to have you on. Be blessed as well. Tomorrow, Heart to Heart Radio 705, I will not be on this platform, but if it be the will of the Lord, on Friday morning, I will be back. So much love to you. I see Delia just coming on. Hi, Delia. Good to have you on. Much love to everyone. Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.